Now, I want to talk a little bit about something called AI overviews. As you can see, I did a random Google search. I basically just wrote, what is the meaning of life? Random question, just like any other random Google query. And you may have been already seeing this and noticing this, but obviously now Google has this, what they call AI overviews. There's a technical term for this, and the technical term is SGE, which stands for Search Generative Experience. But for us, we can just call it the AI overviews. And once you click on this and show more, let me quickly explain how, as marketers, we should understand this blurb. First of all, Google's AI uses multiple sources online to come up with this answer. And according to Google, in many ways, this is a better search experience than Google, as you see down below, still has those links that they show, but consumers very often just want the answer to whatever they're searching for. They don't necessarily want to go to some random website. And Google also has incentive to keep people off some random websites and on Google. So it's a little controversial, but for us as marketers, we have to ask the question, how do we get our content to be featured here? Because very often they'll show you the sources. For example, here, if we want to learn more about existentialism, we can click on this little link, see where they got this information, and click over and go there, right? So you want to be, as a business owner, a website owner, as a marketer, you want your content to be referenced here. So let's talk about how you can get that done. The first thing you want to do is build what's called topical authority. Essentially, what that means is that Google will see your website as being one of the best for providing information about a certain topic. Like you can see in Reddit, there are entire subreddits, entire conversation threads, and many posts and many conversations on this same topic of, in this particular case, existentialism, but whatever the topic is that you want to rank for and get recommended for. So while your website may not be structured in the same way that Reddit's is, because Reddit is a forum and most websites aren't structured that way, most websites have pages with content. So what I would recommend is, let's say you want to be seen in Google as an authoritative source in some topic, you want to build many good pages with context-rich content that are very closely related. Like, for example, I have a music website and it has a blog. The music website is touched by a song, but if we go to the blog section, a lot of the blog content focuses on music with interesting and poetic lyrics. Because that's what the music that I make, I'm a hobbyist musician, but still, when I make my music, I love music with meaningful poetic lyrics, and so I want people who like that also to find me. So I blog a lot about topics like songs and music lyrics and poetry, and as you can see, I have this blog post as our song lyrics poetry, and then next blog post, examples of the most poetic song lyrics. Okay, you see, best love songs of all time. Okay, you see basically the most romantic songs, depressing breakup songs, best love songs of all time. A lot of very, very similar posts in content. Songs about regret, now songs about suffering. You may say it's nearly the same thing. Songs about longing, right? Nearly the same thing. Why do I do that? So I can build topic authority. And because of this exact strategy, many of the pages on my website rank really highly in Google. And when pages rank really highly in Google, well, that's already a sign that Google sees those pages as good content, which means that there's a very high likelihood those pages are also going to get linked to and referenced as sources here, which means you could rank in the blue links. You see the traditional search results. Like, let's say you might have one listing here, but you can also be listed here, meaning if you get featured in the AI overviews and in the blue links results, that's at least 2 times your content or website is appearing in Google search results, which is better than 1. So topic authority is definitely a huge must. When people talk about, should I have a niche website or should I have a broadly focused website? Well, this is a +1 vote for niche websites. And of course, to get featured and referenced in the AI overviews. You also want to do a lot of the other same things you want to do for LLM and similar SEO, like structure your content better, write content that has more context and more text blurbs about specific scenarios and situations that apply to certain people and certain use cases. And if you create that kind of content regularly, Google actually loves when websites post content regularly. So those three things, topical authority, regular posting, and content with a lot of extra context and rich explanations, that goes a long way for not only getting mentioned and referenced in AI overviews, but actually ranking much, much higher in actual Google search, which is the blue links. Because I've recently actually been having a lot of success doing exactly that strategy, creating content exactly this way, and outranking large websites with my own niche sites, precisely because I have that kind of content that I make in that style that I'm recommending here.